100 now. And we're just even more vibrant than we were before, and it just grows and grows with every concert session and season.
At the beginning, when I was a member of the very first board that we put together, and that was really hard. It was hard work. We had to start somewhere. I just marvel at where we are today.
Well, when I think about music, I think about how fleeting it is, that we only get one chance to experience each musical expression that we have. And when we bring the community together to hear that fleeting experience, it may only last a second, but that is when we are experiencing the world as we wish it was. The beauty and just the unity of what we wish we experienced in the world, and we are able to experience that through music, and it's very fleeting, but it's there.
One of my favorite things about being in Hearts On with the Kansas Children's Chorus is seeing people be inspired by our music. It's, all those inspiring things that we could just actually sing about. It's part of our mission statement, and watching our audience like cry or hoot and holler and clap or sing with us, like that is, watching people be inspired by our message is really motivating.
I just think it's important to have a safe place for women in the community to go to and to be together and to have fun together and sing. Regardless of where you're from or how you grew up, everybody's welcoming.
So there's the family you have, and then there's the family that you choose for yourself. And this chorus has become that family to me. There's always a kind word, advice on Facebook, big hugs, happy hours and dinners and things like that. Kind of lost myself in being a new mom and everything that comes with a newborn, and not being me anymore, just being a milk source. And it was a struggle. And I found I went back to work. It helped a little bit. But being back in rehearsals was the first time it really reminded me of who I was, who I wanted to be. Helped me find myself again, and it felt so good to be surrounded by what was once an outlet, became my support group, became a necessity.
This is where I'm going to find my mothers. It's where I'm going to find my sisters, my aunts, my grandmothers, my daughters. This is where I'm going to find the women who are going to include me and love me, and I want to do the same for them. But I've got 100 women behind me, so I mean, it's something about being a part of something that's so much bigger.
There's something about the community and the gathering together and making that, creating that just, I can't get it anywhere else, and I love it. One of the times that I sat out, I came to a show and I brought somebody with me who had recently lost their mother, and it was their first big time getting out of the house, and it was just a quick little excursion, like they said, to get out of the house, but it was somebody who's normally very full of music, and so I saw it bring them just a little bit of light in their dark time, and I like to think that maybe we're that ray of light for a lot of people, even if I can't see it, but I saw it in my friend, and so knowing that we can be that for him, and knowing that we can be that for countless number of other people, that's what I think we can bring to the communities, even just a little bit of light when there's some darkness in our lives.
At the Race for the Cure here in Kansas City, and to see the survivors cross the finish line while we were singing, songs was, it was just moving, because that we can plug into our community in that way and be there to represent women and the struggles and the joys. There's nothing really like this, and I just think it's pretty cool.
I'd love to see what we're doing with outreach to women, with the girls' choirs that have performed with us. Just simple things like going to care centers and singing for the people there, and performing for students, young students in our community.
I love it when we have like our educational concerts, when the kids come in. One of the highlights for me of singing, there's been a lot over the years, but after we did We Can Do It in the airport, and we had grade schoolers that were lined up as they were leaving, and they were asking me for my autograph, and I just thought that was a kick, because that's never happened before. But what was neat about that is that we were bringing history to them in such a way that it wasn't just like reading something out of a book or listening to a lecture. We were up there dressed as the people might have been dressed at that time. We were telling stories of the people who did something in a meaningful way that I think really resonated with those kids.
In my experience, the Kansas City Women's Chorus truly is about family.
Woman, we know.